Hey everybody! Guess what? I've been tagged again. Lucky me. I've been tagged by Funky Prepper, friend of mine. Good guy, got a good channel. I'm friends with him on Facebook too. He tagged me for my 3 favorite bushcraft camping items. Okay. There's not going to be a whole lot new in this video because my 3 favorites you've seen before, but I'll show them to you again, and I'll point out a few things that I've changed about them and y'all haven't noticed in the past. And I'm fixing to go on vacation. Fixing to go on my first offshore saltwater fishing trip. That should be fun. So, and I'm preparing for that, so I didn't really have time to go out and do a full overnighter, but I'll show you what all I got right here. Let's run this down here to the table here. Okay, now I have my tree tent. Okay, I'll pull that out and I'll set it up for you real quick. The only thing that's new about it is I made this extremely heavy-duty bag for it. It's double stitched and triple stitched in certain places. Anyway, nice. It's all covered in dog hair from my husky, but anyway, I made a nice bag so that I can carry it. I'm gonna roll that out so that you can see that later. Okay. Now right here in this bag, I got my other 2 items. So the tree tent is one of them, and then the other one is a oven that I made for the ember lit, and I'll show you that in a minute. You got to ignore these. These are props. And then, of course, my machete that I made. And I'll show you a few more little details of that I think some people may not have seen in the past. So, anyway, all right, I'm going to start out by setting up this tree tent real quick. And then I'll show it just a little bit, then I'll move on to the next thing. Alright, for those of you that hadn't seen my tree tent, there it is. Pretty much what it is you've got 3 ropes. You got 1 for the ridge line, and then you got 2 that's for the actual support for the bed part. And it's got spreader bars. It's got a zipper on one end and the other end's enclosed. And you can pretty much just put it anywhere you want it. Just give it a pull and slide it to wherever you need it. You can tie it up to 2 big trees, you can tie it to 4 trees, or you can tie it to 6 trees. You can use it on a hillside, on a cliffside, you can use it in the wetlands, you can use it in a swamp. So that's pretty much why the tree tent is my favorite, one of my favorite bushcraft items. It's a shelter you can use anywhere. So, alright, that's that. Let's move on to the next favorite item. I have my oven, okay, and a lot of you, well, a few of you probably saw it one time. I can't remember when I showed it in a video, but I showed it in a video one time where I was using it on an ember lit stove. Well, I kind of modified it, and I made a better bag for it so that I can do different things with it. And I didn't quite show you all the features of it, but I made a pretty nice bag right here for it. It's a double line bag, and it's got a double string on it, so it's a pretty heavy duty bag. But pretty much the way this thing works right here is I got a new stand for it so that I can use just straight wood instead of having to use the ember lit, because I don't always carry the Emberlit. But anyway, it's got a bottom. Okay, I'll set it up first the way it used to be, the way I used to use it, and I discovered some things about it too. But anyway, what you do is you set it up, and it all folds together like this. These pieces snap together, and as you can see, the inside of this thing is sooted up pretty bad. So I kind of learned my lesson about having the open hole in it. The open hole thing just doesn't seem to work, because it was a dumb idea. Well, I mean, I hadn't used it much to start with. It was sort of an experiment, but anyway, what I do now is, instead of letting the flames come up under here, what I do is I put a piece of carbon fiber over it, and that way it lets the heat come up. Okay, now what you can do is, this part sits right inside here. Okay, and then I've got these rods that what I use is I put these rods inside here. Okay, I put these rods in here, and I'm gonna have to show you. I'm gonna move it. This is one of the things I told you about that I brought as a prop. Okay, now for the bacon, let me move this camera right here so that you can get a better view of it. I gotta make sure that you can see down inside of it. Okay, you can see inside of it, and what it is, remember what I had told you about the difference between baking and cooking? Well, with this, what you want to do is, you want the outside of this whole box to heat up, and you want hot air on the inside, but you don't want to be cooking from the bottom. So what I do is I put those two rods on the bottom, and then I lay this in there, so that what it is, this pan is off the bottom, and it's completely surrounded in hot air. Okay, so then you put this on the top, and you trap in the hot air. Now, I've also discovered some other things about this. You can take this and flip it over, and you can actually put a fire on the top. I've discovered this by making a cobbler. I like blackberry cobbler and blueberry cobbler. So what you can do is, you can set this on top and build a fire on the top. So you have a fire on the bottom and a fire on the top, and you will literally be baking with it. Okay. Now, another thing that you can do with this thing, it may take just a minute to set this up, but you see these rods right here? I have also got enough rods that what I can do, and I remove the carbon fiber, that I noticed that with a normal grill, you're just cooking pretty much at the mercy of the flames. Okay? Well, I noticed something else about this thing, that you can actually have more of a controlled heat as a grill. Okay? Now, one thing you could do is, you could leave that carbon fiber in that hole down in the bottom. Okay, you could do that. There, I got another prop here. Okay, now let's say that you're gonna lay your meat on top right here, and you've got a controlled heat coming in from the bottom. Okay, put your pan on the top right there and cook with it, or you can put this on there and cook with it. Now, something else that I have discovered. Okay, if you just want to keep something warm, see if I can take this apart without it falling apart. If you want to just keep something warm, you can put the solid piece on, and you can put your grill back on. Okay? Now, if you're just outright cooking some meat, another thing that you can do is just outright get rid of the top and the bottom and use it as a grill. Now, the thing about using this as a grill that I have realized is that since you have sides, the flame is going to it's actually concentrating and directing your heat up towards the grate, which is pretty cool. So, alright, now let's run on over there and I'll show you. That takes care, because I'm covering the 3 C's. It's going to be cookware, shelter, and cutting tool. Let's see. Yeah, cookware. Yeah, cookware. Cookware and cover. I'm rambling. I'm going to go over there and show you the machete. Alright, now we're on to item number 3. My machete. Now, some of you, I know a lot of my older subscribers, they saw the machete, but the one video where I showed the sheath that it's in, it didn't get a whole lot of views, so I'll go ahead and show the sheath. And there's another addition that I have put in there that has made this a really useful kit. It's really cool. I'll show you just a minute. Let me aim this down here for a minute. Okay, now, This is the machete that I made. Okay. Now the way it comes out of the pouch right here is you have to push out and pull it. Okay. Because the majority of machetes that I know of that are small down here and neck up to something big, they have to have a zippered pouch. Okay. Well, with this pouch, I bet you can't see it or not. You probably can't, but down inside it, you could barely see it right over here in the edge. I bet you can't. I think you can see it right there. See that clear piece right up inside the top here? That's a piece of blow molded Lexan. And what that does is you open it up and you drop the machete in and then you close it and then it'll hold the machete. Okay? And this is the machete that I made. And there's a video if you didn't know that I made it or wanted to see how it was made. There's a video on me. It's called Making a Prototype Machete. You can see the handle on it. I did the lanyard. It's a pretty nice machete. That right there is, I love it. It's kind of big, kind of heavy, but it's still a very nice tool. Okay. So now on to the sheath. On the sheath is made out of Kydex. Okay. No, Cordura, not Kydex. See, I'm busy thinking about that fishing trip. But anyway, this part right here pulls off, and it exposes a diamond sharpener. Okay. I think it's a 125 micron diamond. And of course on the back side it has Fastex buckles to where you can put it on your belt, which is cool. You can remove it from your pistol belt or whatever. And then it's got a Fastex buckle on the bottom that goes around your leg, because I really don't care for that paracord that goes on there. And then it's got a zipper pouch in the back here, which is kind of neat, that contains a small striker and a telescoping ferro rod. And so you just unscrew it, and you run it out, and then you tighten it up, and then you've got yourself a little ferro rod. Isn't that neat? Whoop. Figures it'll work on the first strike. Now, here's the other cool part, okay? Inside this little pouch that covers up the diamond sharpener, it is, let's see what we got here now. I have a breakdown grill, okay? What it is I got two main bars, okay, and they have little holes drilled in them, okay. Stainless steel bars here. I use these in a video called No Cordage Bow Bed. And all you do is you take and you slide all these bars through. I'm not going to slide every one. I'm just going to slide a couple of them. Because you know, anytime that you got something to cook on, you're a step ahead instead of having to carve up sticks and clean them and everything, stuff like that. So, all right, let me see if I can slide this on there. All right. I don't know if I'm in shot or not. See, this is why I said I'm only going to do a few. I'm trying not to waste your time if I can. See, normally if I wasn't going on vacation, I'd have like a fire and I'd use the oven and everything, spend the night in a tree tent. So you take this right here and you put it together and you've got a grill. You put all the rest of the slots in here, okay? Now, here's the cool part. The other rods that I have put in there are pure magnesium rods. So this has now become a complete kit when you have the striker and you have the ferro rod, okay? So let's run out there real quick and I'll show you out there on the ground how it works. Alright, now I found this old rock over here by this tree, okay, and I've got the rods right here, okay, now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with them, and then I got the little telescoping striker, okay, and this is all a part of the machete kit, okay. So what you do, take the machete. Normally I would do this on the ground or I would do it on a rock, but what I'm doing now is I'm just kind of trying to show you how I would go about doing it. See if I can do this way. Might wind up making a huge mess. Might wind up losing all of it. The cool thing about this stuff is it's just so soft. You're not going to hurt your blade. You're not going to hurt your blade by doing this. See? It may not be enough. I'll do a little bit more. See, a lot of that's falling everywhere. let's see if I can strike it with this thing right here and see what happens. Yeah, I didn't have a big enough pile. Let me scoot it over here close. There it goes. Do you see that glow? And it's still glowing. Now I'm going to use these in another video some other time, and you'll get to see how cool they are. But what they are is scrap yards use a thing for cutting the scrap metal called an oxygen lance. Okay, and when they burn the oxygen lances down, what it is it's a big round tube, and it's full of magnesium rods, and they burn it down till it's about this short. Okay, and then the stubs are no good. So if you can get with your local scrap yard, they may ask them if they'll save the stubs for you, because once it burns down this small, it's pure magnesium rods. And I mean, it's almost like a magnesium tinder bundle. In the future, I'll use these a little more, and I'll show you how potent they are. I mean, that wasn't hardly any right there, but you know, that coupled with this little bit right here really goes well with my machete kit. So, all right, let's go tag some people. Alright, now, I got to tag 3 people for... I didn't put the list in my pocket this time so it doesn't leak. Okay, let's see, who am I going to tag? Alright, for my 3 favorite bushcraft camping items, okay? My first tag is going to be to Fixed by Doc, okay? I know a lot of y'all know him, okay? And my next tag is going to go to Ethan W08. Okay, he's got a pretty new channel. I don't think it's been out that long. And then my third tag is going to Obese Jub1. Okay, pretty cool. Anyway, he's got a pretty new channel too, I believe. Anyway, there's a video. Sorry I couldn't do an outright overnighter, you know, couldn't show you nothing really new. I just kind of showed you some new features. But my 3 favorite bushcraft items, like I say, they covered the 3 C's. You got cover, the tree tent, I guess, well, I don't know, there's like cover, container, and cutting tool. That one wasn't really a container, that was cookware. That's one of my C's. But anyway, I got you know, cover, cookware, and cutting tool. So anyway, sorry it couldn't be a better video, but I'm fixing to leave on vacation. I'll be gone for 7 days, and I'm gonna be out on the ocean in the deep sea. It's my first ever saltwater trip. So another thing too, I may or may not can answer these comments real quick. You know I always answer comments, and I'll try to. But it may be late. I'm gonna bring my laptop, but I don't know if I'll be able to answer the comments real quick or not. So anyway, I'm gonna have fun when I get back. I'll get back on my regular videos like I used to. I got so much stuff I'm gonna do. I got so much stuff. I've been tagged so many times that all the projects are just piling up, and I got to get on them. And there's 2 of them that are pretty important, and I want to get on before winter time. 2 shelters. So anyway, all right, guys. I will see you when I get back. Till the next time.